Hello, now this is the most overdue video I have ever created. How REFY started. Okay, so I'm actually going to try and do a video whilst getting ready because I actually need to get ready. And the one thing that always puts me off doing these videos is the fact I'm never ready for them. So I'm going to do it in one go. And obviously I'm going to use majority of REFY. So, how REFY started. Wow, about 3.5 years ago, I met Jess on a shoot and I was watching Jess do her makeup and she was doing her brows and she had about 6 to 10 products and I was just like staring at it. I sure thought I was a right weirdo. And at the end I was like, oh my God, that takes so long, but they look amazing. I was like, what have you done? And she was kind of showing me what she does and I was like, how is there not a product that does that? Like in one. I was like, that is insane. And we were just kind of chatting about like the fact that there isn't actually a brow brand out there that we thought were like the go-to brow brand, and that there wasn't really a product that did what she just did quickly. And we just kind of started messing around, just chatting on our iPhone. Jess and me just kind of drew what now is the brow sculpt. And then we were like, okay, yeah, that'd be sick. Wouldn't it be amazing? Goodbye. And then I went in the studio the next day and kind of just started being like, this is actually a really good idea. Went into our beauty studio because at the time Shrine was about to try and do beauty actually. Just didn't really work out. So we just built like a whole beauty studio. So I had loads of makeup. So I was just like playing around with brushes and doing loads of different stuff. And I was like, you know what, this sketch could actually be a thing. So I took it to our head of product, Danielle, who is incredible. And I was like, hey, met Jess Hunt yesterday. We were chatting about this product. Don't really know where I'm going with this, but can you see if the factories can make it? And she was like, yeah. I was like, there's a brush that I think would be really cool on the tip, and this is a picture on an iPhone. There you go. A few weeks later, we got like yes back from the factory that they could actually maybe do this, and I was like, I'm just going to message Jess and see if she wants to start a business. And that's kind of where it all began. So I sent a message to Jess and was like, hey, you know, that idea we had like a few weeks ago about this like random product, I actually think it could be pretty sick, and do you fancy ever starting a business? And she was like, I'm actually been looking to do that. I've had like lots of different ideas recently. I'm just kind of looking on how it could all work. So that's kind of where it started. So at the beginning, REFY was going to kind of just be like this brow sculpt product, and we were obviously really busy. Life was busy. Jess had so much on. I had so much on with Shrine, and I was just like, let's just do this product and make some money. Like I didn't really think much further than it actually just being like a really cool product that would sell and is needed, and didn't actually go much further than that. So at first, like our concepts were all very like around like this brand name by Jess Hunt, really kind of influencer style led, not really a brand, not really like kind of purpose behind what we're actually doing, just like we have a cool product, let's just sell it. And then lockdown happened and we had all of like our designs ready. They had like Jess's face all down the side, like they were fine, but they weren't like cool. They just like would have sold, you know what I mean? And there was one day I was just chatting to Jess and I was just like, I actually hate this. I was like, I hate our designs, I hate kind of our branding. And she was like, yeah, I'm actually not loving it either. She was like, I just didn't want to say it. And I was like, yeah, I think we need to start again. And this is only because of lockdown, because we actually had time to probably sit there and think and have like absolutely nothing to do. So I was like, right, let's just kind of go back to the drawing board. Let's both build out a mood board each. And let's just see like if our vibes are similar on what we actually would love this brand to look like. So we went away and just kind of built out a mood board just on Pinterest, literally just like a creative board on Pinterest, and sent them to each other. And I'm not joking, the vibe was literally identical. I was like, oh my God, like we literally do have such a similar mind. It's really weird. And I was like, yes, this is exactly where we need to go. So I was like, right, our aesthetics is nailed. We'll work on that. We'll build it out. We'll make it perfect. But what is actually the purpose of starting this brand? Like, what are we doing? So I was like, right, let's think. And just like, let's think of all the things we actually don't like about what's in the beauty industry at the moment. And there's so many fantastic brands, don't get me wrong. Like, that's why we didn't want to do what they're doing. So I was like, for me, and this is exactly what Jess said, she was like, we're not makeup artists. A lot of these brands are built for makeup artists, which makes sense. The makeup artists are the specialists, but there's a lot of people out there that actually are not makeup artists. They're never going to be a makeup artist, but they actually want to look great, but they have no time at all. Like I know myself, when I walk into a beauty hall, I walk over to a counter and I'm just like, whoa, where do I start? I actually feel a little bit overwhelmed. I just want someone to just be like, use this, this way, that way, this way. And I'm like, oh, sick, that makes makes sense. And I was like, right, that is it. Like, we were both like, we just need to simplify makeup, we need to simplify beauty, we need to simplify makeup, and we need to do something that is so simple that everyone gets it and it's just really clear. So that is basically REFY's mission. We are here to simplify beauty. That is exactly what we're doing. And I think, and then I think because we have such a clear mission, everything we do just makes so much sense. Like our shop, I don't know if you saw it in London, it was just like so simple. You couldn't buy loads of, like, you couldn't shop the products. It was all just like one product was out, you had to select it. It was like an Apple store. It was beautiful. Our stands in Selfridges, get yourself in there, have a look at them. They're just so simple. There's not much going on. Our website, simple. Everything we do, our education, simple. Like, and we just live and breathe by that. And even internally, if we do something it's not simple, I'm like, guys, this isn't simple, we need to simplify it. And it just works. So that is kind of where it all began. And then we started to build out even further, like our values, like what are we all about. Like, we've got like 4 fantastic values so that everything we do kind of lives and breathes them. And I think where and why REFY is so successful is because we actually flipped it. At first it was a product. We were just going to launch this product and kind of just sell a product. And don't get me wrong, I think the brow sculpt would have absolutely flown, but I don't think the brand would have had a long lifespan. And then we flipped it and we're like, no, let's think brand first. Let's build out a brand that's got true purpose and true kind of like meaning. Sorry, I find it really difficult to do my makeup and talk to the camera at the same time. I can't even find my brush. Right, that's it for today. This is my makeup because I've lost my brush. Never mind, here we go. And yeah, anyway, so that is kind of, so then we flipped it and we did brand first. And now because we have such a solid brand, everything we do, the products we bring in, everything kind of makes sense. And it all just kind of evolved from there. I remember saying to Jess, look, we can do this. I've got a team of 10. We'll split the teams, like it'll be perfect. Oh my God, we have just grown so fast. We've now got a team of 50. We've moved offices twice. We almost kind of, I don't even know how we lived in the last office. Well done to everyone that lived in that last office. It was horrendous. the last one. When we got kicked out of our other one, we went to a small one before we moved into our big one. And yeah, it was a crazy 2 months. But we've just like grown incredibly fast and it's great. But then there's all the other type of stuff that comes with it at the same time. And I think it's just kind of being really reactive and understanding kind of the business needs and what needs to happen. But I think that kind of covers how REFY started in a little nutshell. And what I'm actually working on at the moment, which is really exciting, is kind of just working on a bit of a program, working on a bit of a plan on how I can actually use everything I've learned to kind of teach people back and do it in a way that's actually useful. Because one of the big things I've learned is how I run my business when my business was 100k to 1 million is not how you run a business when it's 1 million to 5, and it's definitely not how you run it when it goes from 5 to 10 to 10 to 20. It's all completely different. The information you need to start up to mid-level to get into them bigger numbers is different. The people you need is different. The structure you need is different. Everything is completely different. So I'm going to work on a bit of a plan to hopefully help people that are kind of starting out in their second stages, whatever stage they're kind of in at the moment. Hopefully this program will help people get there a bit faster, because there's been so many times where I'm like, I've just got to figure this out, and it's probably taken me 3 months to figure it out, which yeah, it's a bit rewarding because you're like, I figured it out in the end. But when you're working this fast and you're growing this fast, you kind of just want to know straight away. So I want to kind of give that information ready for people that they can just get it at their fingertips. So I'm actually working on something really exciting that probably is 6 months away. Sorry, everything I do takes a long time because there's a lot going on in the background with businesses and just had a baby. And yes, let me know what you guys kind of want to know, want to know what would be really helpful. And also I'd be really interested to know what stage everyone that kind of follows me out that works on business, because I get so many messages every day. I try and reply to as many of them as possible that I can, but I get so many messages about kind of like businesses, and what I want to kind of understand is like what level are you at in the business you're starting up? Is it startup? Is it idea? Is it kind of 2 years in? Is it scaling? I'd love to know kind of with everyone I have here that does listen to my videos and does kind of follow me, where you're at in your stages, because I think that'll really help me when I build out kind of the program I'm building out to help all you guys on what you need to do to get where you need to be a bit faster than you probably get there without this program. But yes, thank you for watching. Sorry it was about 2 years that it's taken me to make this video, and this video is about 7 minutes long. How ridiculous. But here we go. That is how REFY started. Thank you, and I hope you love the brand and where we're going with everything. And at REFY, we listen to our customers. Like, we literally read every single comment, we read every single DM. Me and Jess see it all, like it all. Me and Jess even send comments to each other like, oh, this person said this, we should do this, we should do that. Jess will send me this, hey, have you seen what this person said on TikTok? I'm like, oh my God, no, we should do this. Like, we are so absorbed in what people are saying about our brand because we want to build the brand to what you guys want and what the customer wants. So if you do have any feedback or anything, send it over to me because we want to know. But yes, I've had loads of lovely comments about REFY, which just make me so happy every single time I receive one, so thank you. And I am so excited for our next stages, and I will be posting soon our new office. I will do a little tour of our new office on here as well, because that's quite a cool, great story and how we actually got that office. But anyway, I've gone into a ramble. Thank you, and yes, goodbye.